Alina grew up in the heart of Moscow, surrounded by cold winters, modern buildings, and a fast-paced life that looked perfect from the outside. She had a good job, her own apartment, and friends who envied how independent she was. But behind the confident smile she showed the world, there was an emptiness she refused to admit. She had stopped believing in love, not because she wanted to, but because life had taught her the hard way. Every relationship she had ended the same. The men she dated cared about her appearance, her career, or the image she projected, but not who she really was inside. She felt admired, even praised, but never truly understood. Every heartbreak pushed her further away from the idea of love until she finally told herself, "Love is nothing but a story people tell to feel less lonely." And so she buried the thought of romance deep within her heart. But fate has a strange way of proving us wrong. After years of routine and emotional exhaustion, Alina decided she needed space from everything familiar. She joined a cultural travel group, hoping that a change of scenery would give her peace of mind. She didn't expect anything life-changing. She simply wanted warmth, something Moscow hadn't given her in a long time. She chose the Philippines without thinking too much about it. All she knew were the beaches, the sunshine, and the smiles she had seen on television. The moment she stepped out of the airport in Manila, something felt different. People greeted her with genuine smiles. Strangers offered help without expecting anything in return. Even the air felt different, not just warm in temperature, but warm in spirit. It felt like the country itself was welcoming her. During a trip to Cebu, her group visited a local market bursting with colors, noise, scents, and laughter. It was chaotic and beautiful at the same time. But in the middle of the excitement, Alina got separated from her group. She stood still, confused and embarrassed as she looked down at her map, unsure where to go. That's when a gentle voice approached her. "Ma'am, are you lost?" She looked up and saw a young Filipino man with kind eyes and a shy smile. His name was Marco. He worked at the market helping his family sell fruits. He wasn't dressed in anything fancy. He didn't look like someone trying to impress anyone. He simply looked sincere. He helped her find her group, and somehow, without planning it, they kept talking along the way. He showed her local snacks, told her funny childhood stories, and spoke with a sweetness she wasn't used to. His English wasn't perfect, but his sincerity needed no translation. For the first time in a long while, Alina found herself laughing without forcing it. Before she left, Marco handed her a mango and said, "This one is the sweetest, yeah, but your smile is sweeter." It was unexpected, innocent, and it stayed with her long after she returned to her hotel. The next morning, she found herself walking back to the market, pretending she was just exploring. But deep down, she hoped he would be there, and he was, standing behind his family's stall, waving at her with a smile that made her heart flutter in a way she hadn't felt in years. They talked again, and this time their conversation went deeper. Marco opened up about his life, how he lost his father, how he worked hard to support his younger siblings, and how he dreamed of giving his family a better life someday. There was no bitterness in his voice, no complaint, only hope and gratitude. It touched Alina in a way she didn't expect. Days passed, then weeks. Alina extended her stay. She didn't fully understand what was happening to her heart, but she felt it growing lighter every time she saw Marco. One evening, as they watched the sunset paint the sky in warm colors, he spoke softly. "I'm not rich, I'm not famous, but I promise I will take care of you even on the days you don't care for yourself." The words pierced through every wall she had built. She felt something she hadn't felt in years, something true, something safe. She didn't say anything. She just let her tears fall. Eventually, the day came when Alina had to return to Russia. They held hands at the airport, neither wanting to let go. "Maybe you'll come back someday," Marco said. "Maybe you'll come to me instead," she replied. And with heavy hearts, they parted. Back in Moscow, everything looked the same but felt colder. She missed the market's noise, the sunsets by the sea, and the warmth she found in Marco's presence. They video called every night despite the bad connection, the time difference, and their busy lives. He woke up early to talk to her before work. She stayed awake just to see him smile on the screen. Their bond grew stronger with every call. Some of her friends laughed and questioned her. How can a Moscow girl fall for a fruit vendor from Cebu? She simply smiled. They didn't understand. Love wasn't measured in status or wealth. It was measured in sincerity. One winter night, Marco surprised her with a call. He was holding a passport. "I want to see you," he said proudly. He had worked extra hours for months, saving quietly just to afford the trip. When he finally arrived in Moscow, she ran to him through the crowd, tears falling as she embraced him. Seeing him standing in the snow, the same man she met in a sunny Cebu market, made her heart overflow. Her family was unsure at first, but Marco's kindness softened their hesitation. He learned basic Russian phrases, mispronounced everything, and made everyone laugh. They explored Moscow together, hand in hand. They cooked meals, danced in the living room, and created memories that felt like scenes from a movie. One night, as snowflakes fell around them, Marco asked softly, "Do you believe in love now?" She whispered, "Yes, because you showed me what it really looks like." Before Marco returned to the Philippines, Alina gave him a small ring. "This isn't a promise," she said. "It's gratitude. You gave me hope." He held the ring like it was priceless. "I'll come back for you," he said. "I promise," and he kept that promise. A year later, Alina moved to the Philippines. She left behind the cold city she once thought she would never leave. She started a small online business and built a modest home near the sea with Marco. Life wasn't luxurious, but it was peaceful, honest, and warm. Every morning she woke up to the sound of waves and the smell of the fresh mangoes Marco brought from the market. Their love became known in their community. People admired how two souls from opposite worlds built a life together. One evening, while they sat by the shore, Marco brought out a small wooden box. Inside was the ring she had given him. "You gave me this as a reminder," he said. "Now I give it back as a promise. Will you marry me?" Her tears answered before her words did. They married in a simple ceremony by the sea, surrounded by laughter, music, and the gentle sound of waves. As the sun set behind them, like it did the first day they met, Alina realized something she never thought she would feel again. She had found true love, not in the perfect place, not at the perfect time, but in the heart of someone simple, sincere, and real. She once believed true love didn't exist. Now she knew the truth. It just needed the right person to make her believe again.